Hey there, flip-flops.
Right.
How you doing?
So bright.
Hello, everybody.
Good
morning.
On day 40,
Good morning.
flipping to
42.
We had an amazing stay
Yeah.
in Villafranca del Bierzo last night. The albergue was amazing. The company over dinner and drinks was awesome.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of really good days. I'm feeling good about the Camino.
Yeah, it's starting to feel really nice.
Really
Only
nice.
took 40 days. Just kidding. It's been great the whole time. Last night's place was Albergue Leo, and it was awesome. The people were so welcoming. It was recommended to us by friends that are way ahead of us on the Camino, but if you plan to do it, I suggest you stay there. The people there are amazing. Their hearts are huge, and they welcome you with a smile and a glass of lemonade. So
today we have a short day to Trabadello, mostly because we heard that the albergue there is also fantastic.
I heard they have
warm and
hummus.
homey. So yeah, short day, a couple of short days, because there's just a lot of good stuff, so we don't want to miss. So we're taking our time. That's a new thing.
Yeah. Here we go. I need some coffee. Do you need some coffee?
Yeah. So tired after my 11 hours of sleep.
So last night, that crew of folks that we met were really, really cool. And they gave us a gift. Look.
Oh
They
yeah.
painted our fingernails with the way. Isn't that cool?
Part of the
We're part of the tribe now, yeah. Time to eat. So we found that crushed tomato, olive oil on toast with a little salt is kind of the shit.
kind of delicious.
Yummy. And then there's the classics, bacon and eggs, and a really good coffee. Yummy. One last thing about that hostel. It was the first and only place that I've experienced where they actually asked you whether you snored or not when you checked in, because they did their best to separate the snorers from the non-snorers. That's amazing.
Smart.
That's going the extra mile.
But they gave us our own little room, so it didn't even matter.
It was amazing.
They paired Reese with the snorer.
Oh man.
Oh, you really didn't look out there, did you? For anybody curious about food and the price of things, like I know I am, on the Camino, that typical breakfast with a couple of coffees usually runs you about $3 to $5 a person. And we find, at least at the pace we're going, that we want like one significant meal a day before dinner. So we usually have a big hearty breakfast and snack for lunch, or vice versa. And that's your little tidbit of info for the day.
Ooh, I learned a lot. Thank you.
Brought to you by Yes Camp.
Every day it's snowing with these little fuzzy things.
Every day is like survival. So there is a high and a low road going out of Villafranca del Bierzo. And the high road is very challenging but beautiful. And we debated going that way, but weren't sure. And about 30 minutes into our walk, I pulled out the map to see where the road split and realized we had to go back into town to take the high road. So we couldn't take it even if we wanted to. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't mad about it. And it turns out the low road is very beautiful. It is along a road, but there's not very much traffic on the road. Tons of shade, tons of trees, and it meanders along a little river, and we love being near water. So I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Bum, 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 bum.
Speaking of falling in love.
You better have my honey.
Oh boy. How did we meet? You want to tell that story?
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, it is a good story. Do you want to tell it? So we both work in advertising, and one of the coolest things about working in advertising is there's always parties.
Lots of parties.
Open bars and everything, which I took advantage of a lot. And so I was at one, and I walk into a room and I see her across the room, and I know it sounds really cliche, but it's the truth, and I did see her. I was really single at the time, so I made a beeline over towards her, and I was trying to think of first thing to say to her, and So I went for the shoes. I complimented her shoes.
And it was a good move because I saw him coming from across the room and said, oh God, this guy's gonna hit on me. I had a boyfriend at the time, so I was not having it. But I did have a new dress that it took forever to find the right shoes for, and I finally did. And I was real proud, and I was wearing it for the first time that night. So I was actually very appreciative that he noticed my shoes.
So a win for me. So we had a great night. We talked, danced, laughed, drank a lot. And I tried my best to get a smoocheroo. And she wasn't having it. But I did have a lot of fun with her, and I appreciated the fact that even though I'm incredibly charming, she wouldn't cheat on her boyfriend or anything like that. I thought that she'd make a really good girlfriend someday.
Wouldn't I?
We parted ways, and I thought about her, but LA's big. Who knew if we would ever see each other again?
My turn. So 6 months later, I found myself about 10 days single, and because I was young and wanted to be wild and carefree, and so my 24-year-old oats. And I went to another ad party, and a mutual friend of ours said, oh, Sabrina, I want you to meet my friend Reese.
Yeah.
And I had thought about him once or twice in the time since we had been apart. And I shook his hand like I didn't remember him. Oh, Reese, nice to meet you. And we stayed.
Yeah.
I was going to say we spent the night together, not like that. We spent the whole night bar hopping and drinking and dancing and doing what we do.
Yep.
And the rest is history, as they say. And Reese says, oh, I knew how to get you, because he was kind of a cocky player back then. And I say the only reason we ended up together is because I did want to stay single. And I told everybody, even my grandma, that it was perfect because he was the kind of guy I would never be serious about. Didn't have to worry about falling into another relationship. We could just have a fun fling. And 6 months later, he asked me to move in with him over some queso at Chili's.
Chili's!
So there you have it.
It worked.
I'm such a lucky lady. Speaking of being a lucky lady and moving in together, maybe 6 months after we moved in together, Reese got a job offer in San Francisco and invited me to join him. And at the time, my sister was pregnant with my nephew, and I had just been promoted at work, and it was a super bad time for me to move away. But I said, I'll tell you what, I will quit my job and leave my family and everything behind for you if down the road you do the same so we can travel around the world for a year. And he said,
okay.
No, he said I was crazy and that he would never, I quote, never quit a job to travel. But truth be told, I had always wanted to live in San Francisco, and his company was paying for the move, and I'm a practical person. I thought, well, we already live together, so I'm gonna have to move anyway, so I guess I'll go. And it doesn't work out, come back. So I went, and it only took me a few years of shorter vacations working on him to get my way.
Yep. You got your way.
But now,
I love it!
look at him now.
I'll quit my job again.
Every year.
If only I had one.
Every year. Also, since then, for anybody who doesn't already know, this guy has quit his job to travel around the world for a year twice. And for about the past 5 years, we've been freelance traveling half of every year. So I'd say he really turned his beliefs around.
I'd say the goose got the gander.
Well, we made it to Trabado.
Stop saying it wrong.
Well, how do you say it? Trabadejo? No, I'm serious. I don't know. Trabadelo. What?
So we basically walked a half day today, just to stay at Casa Susie because we've heard so many lovely things about it. Which means we get our first choice of beds, which is always lovely. They haven't even opened yet, so we're going to have to hang out at the bar until they do. This guy escorted us all the way to the bar. I think he hopes that he's going to get some of our pinchos.
So one of the benefits of going really slowly is that all your friends that are ahead of you can recommend all the great places to stay. Like Casa Susie. This place is amazing. Susie is the owner. She is incredibly friendly, really welcoming. They're cooking up something that smells amazing up there. And we're just hanging out with some cool people in here, sharing stories, drinking wine. It's a good day.
Here is the room at Casa Susie, and she gave us the honeymoon suite.
Oh, hi.
We got a little nook over here.
Dinner and music has begun. Family dinner! We have Ireland, New Zealand, Phoenix, Australia, Brazil, and Germany. The whole world is here. Spain,